not the usual setup because it's literally like 8 o'clock at night, but I got a random burst of energy and feeling like being productive. So I'm like, let's take advantage of that while I still, like, before I take off my makeup and everything and go to bed and get this video filmed. So yeah, not the best lighting because it's just my overhead ugly apartment lighting, but we're gonna make it work for tonight's video or today's video because, like I said, I have a spare moment, I have energy, let's do it. So we are going to be looking at every single thing that I have downloaded on my Kindle right now. Just a little Kindle Unlimited haul. All of the books that I currently have checked out on my Kindle that I have either started or just have downloaded kind of to be up on deck when I am ready to go for a new book. And yeah, that's what we're gonna be doing. So in case if you do not know, on Kindle Unlimited, you can have 20 books checked out at one time, which is awesome. Does anyone remember back when you could only have 10 checked out? Like, that objectively is still a lot of books, and for the average person that's probably fine, but for me and I feel like for a lot of you, you know, we like to have a lot of books checked out at once. So first up, the one that I am currently reading that I have on here is Sinners Anonymous by Sam Sketcher. So by the time that this video goes up, I'm probably done with this book because I am 46% of the way through it. This is one that I have a special edition of because I'm a Mystic Box subscriber, so I wanted to read it in order to see if I want to keep the special editions or not, or if they'd be ones that I'd want to look into, like selling or trading. I'm currently reading this one. I am enjoying it. I'm not going to be giving full synopses of all these because it's not like a rec video. I'm just telling you what I have checked out right now on my Kindle, but it's an age gap mafia, or like kind of age, not really. I guess more like forbidden mafia romance. She's engaged to the hero's uncle. Like much older uncle, and he's garbage. That is the first book that I have up. Then I have Sin and Redemption. This is the newest book that I downloaded by Cora Riley. So this one is her newest release. It recently came into Kindle Unlimited. She does the release where she releases them on like Apple Books for the first week or whatever, and then she puts them on Kindle Unlimited. So this one is an accidental pregnancy, marriage, and trouble romance. Am I right? Here's the thing. Y'all know I love Cora Riley's mafia books so much. Born in Blood and Camorra Chronicles, all-time favorites. However, I've had some of my friends tell me that this one doesn't give that same energy as those ones. So I don't know. I have to see for myself. It's also super short. It's only like 260 pages. So I do have it downloaded, and I'm ready to give that one a go soon. Then this one is not mine. It's checked out from Kindle Unlimited. I doubt any of you will ever read it. I'm not even reading it. Sapiens, A Brief History of Humankind. I don't know how to pronounce the author's name. I'll just put the picture of it here. Yeah, this is not my book that I have to, I mean, I do have it downloaded from Kindle Unlimited, so it counts for the video. But yeah, no, my boyfriend's reading this book, so I have it checked out on my Kindle for him to read. Maybe some of you guys have read it. Who knows? Maybe it's a popular book that just is not in my atmosphere of typical books, you know? Now, back into it. Prisoned by Marnie Mann. I'm 2% into this one. I think I literally opened it and like started maybe even the prologue. I don't even think I got through that yet because I downloaded it and I was like, I'm going to start this one. But then I'm like, no, you need to finish Sinners Anonymous first before you start Prisoned. So I do have this one kind of queued up. I don't know. I think this might be my next read. But also then, like I said, I did just get Sin and Redemption. So this one is a dark captive. I don't think it's captive, but I'm pretty sure our heroine, actually, does she wake up in the same cell as like her childhood best friend or something? I don't quite know, but I love Marnie Mann's books. I've read a lot of them, but I've never read a dark romance from her. And I don't know if she has any others besides this series. So I'm really looking forward to reading this one. Next, I have Unbroken by Sutton Snow. I started this one. I'm 11% into it. And here's the thing. I thought I was in the mood for something just like hot, quick, to the point, because I think it's like a 200-page ex-boyfriend's dad's novella, or I don't even think he's ex. I think it's current boyfriend's dad's novella and like age gap forbidden, whatever. So I started it and then I very quickly was like, I'm not in the mood for something like short, quick, and to the point. Like I don't want like anything insta-lovey right now. So I still have it on there. I still plan to read it whenever that mood strikes me, but not right now. Then I have The Housemaid by Frida McFadden. So this one, I have been on a bit of a Frida McFadden kick, I guess. I read 2 last month, back to back. I read The Boyfriend and the Crash, and I've also read Never Lie and One by One from her, right? I think those are the 4 that I've read. And this one is like her most popular one, and I think this is the one that's getting turned into the TV show or movie, if I'm not mistaken. I have kind of figured out that with thrillers, me personally, I tend to like the ones that are like the whodunit type thrillers, kind of like the Knives Out thrillers, you know? I really like that. And this one obviously is not that. However, because I've had good luck with some of her other ones, I'm gonna give it a go. But yeah, if anyone has any thriller recommendations on Kindle Unlimited that would be kind of like whodunit type ones, let me know, because I do really like those, but I feel like so many thrillers like aren't on KU. Then I have Infamous Like Us by Krista and Becca Ritchie. I haven't opened this one yet. I haven't started it. It's book 10 in the Like Us series. As soon as I finished book 9, what was that one? Fearless Like Us, I downloaded this one right away. It is Sally Banks and Akara's last book in the series. It's not the last book overall. There's 13 books total. This is book number 10, but it's their third and final book in the series. And so it's a spin-off second generation series. This one specifically is following Daisy and Reich's oldest daughter and her 2 bodyguards, and she's an Olympic swimmer. That, I mean, like her Olympic time and everything, that was like before kind of these books were done. Although I actually did the last one end with her being like, I want to go back and swim. Now I can't remember. Is that? I don't know. It is my goal to finish the Like Us series this year, and I'd like to ideally finish it before the first Cobalt Empire book comes out, which I think that comes out maybe towards the end of the year. So we're keeping on top of that. Next up from KU, I have The Predator by Runix checked out. This one was my TBR poll from January of like one of your guys' recommendations, and it's a book that I've had on my TBR for forever and that I've really wanted to get around to. It's the first book in a series, and it's a mafia book. And here's the thing. At the beginning of January, I was like, mafia, yes, yes, yes. And now I'm kind of like out of the mafia mood a little bit. I know I said that as I literally just downloaded Sin and Redemption to finish After Sinners Anonymous, but I feel like that's different. That's different. That's a pre-established mafia world that I already have like vested interest in. That I just don't know if I'm going to be ready to start The Predator anytime soon, but I'm keeping it downloaded because it is still a high priority item for me. But it's one that I really think I have a good chance of loving that entire series. So I don't want to like make myself read it just because it was on my TBR, but it is still a high priority item. So I'm keeping it downloaded. Then I have The Lies We Steal by Monty J. So it has 2% marked on this. I didn't even start the actual book yet. A while ago, like the power went out and the internet went down for a while, and I was like, oh, perfect. Okay, this is my sign of being like, stop watching TV and like read your book. So I was like, perfect. I'm gonna start this one because I already had it downloaded, and I opened it. And in the trigger warnings is animal violence, which in case if you do not know, that is my one and only trigger in books. And now it's pretty much to the point where like, I'm just not even gonna pick a book up. Like I had a book on my January TBR that I was really, really excited to read, opened it up, animal violence is a trigger, and I just decided like, I'm not even gonna bother reading that one. Like I just put it, like I like blacked it out in my reading journal. Like that just truly, if that is my genuine only trigger, then like there's so many books out there to read, and I just don't need to like even try to deal with that. However, I am still this is like the exception right now, because I did post on my Instagram story back when I had seen this and asked anyone if they could clue me in, and I think I'm gonna be okay with what happens. And I mean, I'm not okay with it, but I think I'll be like all right reading it for the most part, and because this is a series that I think I'm really going to love. So many people say that it's like a cross between the Devil's Night series and the Legacy of God series, and those are like 2 of my God tier series. So I'm keeping this on there. I do want to give it a go. It just kind of fell to the bottom of the pile, and obviously like farther down my Kindle screen, because of seeing that trigger in there. Next up then, I have Blindside by Candy Steiner. I think I downloaded this one back when I was going on vacation back in November. This is a sports romance. It's a friends with benefits, I think, or like a kind of teaching lessons romance from her. I really like the books that I've read from Candy Steiner, like A Love Letter to Whiskey, beautiful, amazing. I feel like I don't talk about that book actually a lot on my channel here. Maybe it's just been a while since I've talked about it, but I absolutely love that one. I really enjoyed Fair Catch, which was the first book in this series, and Blindside has been on my radar pretty much since it came out. But once again, it just fell to the wayside, fell to the bottom of the piles, and yeah, it's fallen to the bottom of my Kindle here, but it is still on there. I also have The Striker by Anna Huang checked out, which I wish that the man cover. I wish that one was in print because like, don't get me wrong, I own the like purple, you know, cover or whatever, but like that man cover is hot. Would like to have that one on my shelves. Bummer. Anyways, this one is a sports romance, a soccer romance, and I think it's a rival's little sister, right? This is her newest release, and I love Anna Huang's books. Like I've read all except for her first series, but like the Twisted series and the Kings of Sin series, love, 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 love. And I'm really excited to read The Striker. When it first came out, I was excited to get around to it, and then I just like was not in the mood for it. So I'm keeping it downloaded. I will get to it eventually. That is one that like I will for sure read at some point. Just haven't gotten to it yet. Same with My Darling Arrow by Saffron Kent. This book stays checked out on my Kindle. I don't think it's returned in like literal years. I have wanted to read this book for so long. It's the first book in the, oh my gosh, I'm completely blanking on the series name, but it's a sister's fiance romance, and he's a soccer player, and I think they're at this like university together. I love Saffron Kent's books, and it's been so long since I've read one from her. So again, I think I put this book on my February TBR. Like it is a high priority item for me. I just like keep never getting around to it. Same with Gothicana by Runix. I have that checked out as well. Once again, a book that I have had on TBRs since I want to say October of like 2021, 2022, like literally whenever this book came out, I've had it on my radar. I own it. I own the indie version, like the out of print original indie cover, and I have never gotten around to it. I don't know why. I don't know. I couldn't tell you. But I do still have that checked out. Phantasma by Kaylee Smith. So I downloaded this one a while back. I downloaded it when I was reading Nocticadia by Carrie Lake because I had seen like, when I went to download Nocticadia, this was in the like, you may also like this. And I was like, ooh, this sounds so good. Read the blurb and I was like, oh my gosh, I've like never heard of this book. This sounds great. Downloaded it. Literally then like a week later was when everyone was then like, this is like amazing, whatever. Like then it blew up. And then because I'm annoying, I was like, well, I don't want to read it right now. Not ever, but just like right now, like when everyone else was reading it, when everyone else was like talking about it and like screaming about it, then I'm like, well, now I don't want to read it right now because I just don't want to. I don't like doing what everyone's telling me to do, and everyone's telling me to read it, so I don't want to read it. But I do still have it downloaded. It's a fantasy romance. I will read it at some point. And I think these are the last two before we get into you can see the row of fan fiction then that I have. Manon by Rebecca Rath. Again, I don't know how many TBRs this has been on. It's stayed on TBRs actually since it came out, I want to say last year, because I read Head in the Game, which was one of my top, I think it was my number 2 book that I read last year. Absolutely loved it. Coach athlete football romance, and Man On is the second book in that series. However, they're not like connected. It's just like the Forbidden Goals series, I think, or something. And this one is an stepbrothers soccer romance. Sold. I don't like soccer, but I love step siblings and I love that trope. So I will read that at some point. And I want to read more in that series. I think now there's like 4 or 5 books out in it. So I've really fallen behind. Last one, I think we'll scroll down a little bit more to see if there's any more, but The Pucking Coach's Daughter by S. Massery. I also have this one downloaded. So this one is an MFM hockey romance. And I've had this one downloaded for a while, and I do still really want to read it, but I'm just not really reading hockey romances right now, so it's just kind of sitting there for whenever I can actually jump back into that. Okay, let me scroll down and make sure. I don't think I have anything else checked out from Kindle Unlimited. If I did, it's like down in the trenches here below like ebooks and yeah, nope. Below all the fan fictions that I have, which I'll just rattle them off quick. I do have The Auction by Love's Bit Cut 8. This one is traditionally, it's getting traditionally published this year, right? I forgot what the new title is, but it's a Germani fan fiction. Hi, buddy. And I do have that one downloaded that I have not read yet. What else? Okay, don't rub your face against the phone. That's gonna knock it off. I have They Don't Have a Word, but what is that one? They Don't Have a Word. This one's, it's down by some other Germani, so it must be a Germani one by And A Bate. I don't know what that one is. I don't even remember that. And I'm assuming, is it Hermione? I don't know. World in My Eyes by Sastastic Mad. Again, I don't know what that one is either. And then, oh, I Killed Giants by Disastrisms and Tactical Surrender by Destinies. Those are both Raylo fan fictions. I think so. And then I re-downloaded Manacled because for some reason that got deleted on my Kindle, and obviously it got pulled off of AO3 at the end of last year because it's getting traditionally published into Alchemized at the end of this year. So I did re-download Manacled before it was taken off, just so that way I have it on here forever. And I also have All You Want by Senlin Yu, but I read that. Oh yeah, no, that's marked as read. I did read that one. Okay. And then yeah, Take What You Want. That's not on. Yep. Anyways, okay, that is everything that I have currently downloaded on Kindle. I have thought about doing this now with Audible too, with all of the books that I currently have, like audiobooks that I currently have waiting to read, because I did become an Audible member during their sale back in December. However, I think I need to cancel it this month because it was like your first 3 months for 99 cents each. So I was like, cool, I'll do that, get like the access to the sale, and then get my like 3 credits for December, January, and February for 99 cents each. And then I think I'm gonna cancel. So I think I have to do that this month. I need to wait for my credit to come in, and then I think I need to cancel. But I do have a lot of audiobooks that I bought during that sale. So I might do that. Probably not like next. I don't know what I'll have up next. But yeah, anyways. That is it for today's video. Thanks for sticking with me with this bad lighting and stuff. But like I said, I felt like being productive before I went and took my makeup off and stuff. And hey, sometimes that's what I just have to roll with right now, especially just with like schedules and everything. So a late night film worked out well. So anyways, that is it for today's video, and I will see you when I see ya.